Stu and Dave, Do America present Beta Male versus the UFC.
Nothing about this is cool. Well, you just don't like it because you're a liberal, and liberal men aren't masculine. Listen here, bag. I lift every day. I've done boxing and jiu-jitsu on and off for years, and I used to watch the UFC pretty religiously until I realized that 90% of the fighters and a good chunk of the fans are racist, rapists, woman beaters, or right-wing bags. So then I stopped.
Ugh.
Well, if he's worried about woman beaters and rapists, he's got to worry about a lot of professional sports.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. There's a somewhat common in certain sports. I will say that is the somehow the least masculine thing I've ever watched in my entire life. I mean that there's a long list of stuff I have watched, Dave, and much of it isn't very masculine.
And nothing says masculinity like telling people you're masculine. I've always said that.
Yeah.
Always. Also, I didn't recognize that guy without his flair.
Yeah. Oh my God, that's right. That's exactly who he looks like. The guy from Office Space, right? The guy who worked at Flingers. Was it Flingers, the restaurant? What a great
one. It was one of those terrible. Oh man, I wish I had the name in front of me.
God, yes, what a great movie.
It looks just like him.
Wait, this is 2 days in a row with Mike Judge references.
It is.
We are setting a streak. Well, Dave, that guy wasn't very masculine, but we can look into the most masculine ultra male that we've ever heard of. Not Hulk Hogan, Thunder Lips from Rocky III. No. We're talking about Gavin Newsom. Let's do the Gavin Newsom investigation. Welcome to Stu and Dave Do America. I'm Stu Bergier, along with Dave Landau.
Ahoy, and we meet again.
We certainly do. Dave Landau, last night, you may have seen him on Gutfeld. How did it go, Dave? You like it?
It went great. I always love doing it. Always like to open up the A block with a joke that gets misinterpreted by people and get the wrong people messaging me the next day. But then a lot of love. 90% of it is just love, and I appreciate everybody who tuned in.
Oh yeah, that's right. He's really funny too, Gutfeld. It's the fact that he's just absolutely destroying all of these late night shows is just. It's such a satisfying cultural development. I don't know that we give it enough credit.
No, and I got to say, he's a fan of our show, which I'm just going to say it, which is great.
Very cool. Very cool. Well, I'm a fan of his as well. Very cool that you were able to go on there. And you have a big show coming up this weekend as well, right? Isn't it? Or is it next weekend? It's the 26th to the 28th.
Yeah. Next weekend, the 26th to the 28th, I will be at the Comedy Mothership in Austin, Texas. So come out to that show. Or Huntsville, Alabama. You can come out to Levity Live or Stand Up Live July 10 and 11, and then Springfield, Missouri, July 17, 18, and catch me with Ted Nugent, Farwell, Michigan, July 25th.
Oh, very cool. By the way, did I see getting a little Bridget Fetisi at your show in Austin as well?
Yeah, she's on my show with me. I always use Bridget when I'm in Austin.
Oh, that's awesome. She's great. Love Bridget. So very cool show. Make sure to check that out as well. By the way, we have also election coverage coming up tonight on Predictable with Stu. It's at youtube.com/@predictable show or over at predictableshow.com. Had a really nice random money-making opportunity for people last night who watched the live stream and cashed in. There was a really crazy thing that happened. It's written up on the Substack if you want to check it out. But a wonderful adventure that kept me up until like 3 a.m. last night. So I don't know. Neither Dave or I had any sleep whatsoever. So who knows what the hell's going to happen on this show. But let's give it a whirl. Okay, so Gavin Newsom, he's not having a good day. Having an even worse day than you, Dave, with your early AM flight that got delayed. Newsom says Trump's Justice Department is investigating him and his wife. I don't even...
Good.
It's really hard, even if you don't like the idea of someone having an enemies list, which, again, that's not necessarily true, but it's what the left says all the time. Even if you don't like that idea... You kind of have to warm to it if Gavin Newsom's on the list. He's one of the douchiest people that humanity has ever produced, and it's hard to root for anything other than negatives to happen to him.
Yeah, he is one of my Well, he is probably my least favorite politician, but my favorite Will Arnett character.
Yeah. Yes, they are the same. They are absolutely the same.
Yes.
Let me show you some of the clips if you can take them. This is from his speech. So basically what happened is, this has been a thing that's happened several times with people who Donald Trump doesn't like very much. I think like the fair way to look at this is that politicians often do really bad, illegal, questionable things. And often, for a very long time, Dave, I think there was this sort of unspoken rule that you didn't really go after your political opponents because so they wouldn't kind of go after you for this stuff. And Trump has just blown that whole construct up. And to be fair, it was blown up on him. I mean, like, I think initially was open to this idea. He said this about Hillary Clinton. It was, lock her up on the campaign trail, and he becomes president. He didn't do anything about it. He even said after he was moved into office, like, I wasn't really going to ever go after her. Then they started trying to throw him in prison and impeach him and destroy his business and destroy his family and destroy his life forevermore. And now the shackles are off, and he's going to come after you if he thinks there's anything questionable whatsoever. If you've been going after him.
Yeah, our political system has kind of degraded into you started it first, but they really did with him, and I don't know what else they expect him to do at this point. Mm-hmm. He's got the opportunity, and especially when there's so many things you can go after Gavin Newsom for, which we're about to even talk about, why not do it?
Yeah, it's even if you don't love where our political system has gone, it's hard to question this particular effort. Here is Gavin Newsom talking about what an incredible victim he is.
In recent days, federal agents have knocked on the doors of family, friends, and former employees.
Oh, no.
Not because they found a crime, because they're simply trying to find one. Oh, yeah. They're demanding records. They're abusing the grand jury process.
You would never
digging through years and years of random documents. Donald Trump isn't just coming after me because of my mean tweets. He's coming after me because I'm considering running for president. Because he hates that I've consistently called him out over and over again for his lies and deceit.
He does look like Patrick Bateman in American Psycho, but in addition to that, his mannerisms are the same. You can picture this guy spreading peanut butter over his chest, looking at himself in the mirror, rehearsing these lines. It is just it's a weird dynamic. I can't believe America's going to pick this guy as president of the United States.
Oh, he can absolutely explain the entire Huey Lewis catalog to you before dismembering you. What I find amazing about that, too, is him just saying he's angry because of his lies and how I've been calling him out. Well, no, you've lied about everything. You were responsible for so many various tragedies, or at least you didn't do anything about them. Like when, the entire Pacific Palisades in Malibu burnt to the ground. And also now we know for a fact that homeless people have been paid to elect the mayor of New York or the mayor of Los Angeles. People are going around handing them money to, you're responsible for so much corruption in your own state, and now you want to run for president while constantly attacking Trump. What do you expect at this point?
Yeah.
Of course he's going to come after you because you have gone after him the entire time. And you talk about somebody who it's like we found nothing. You impeached him twice.
This is the point too. And I by the way, when you're commenting on corruption, I feel I'm obligated legally to bring up the bullet train scenario that was supposed to cost $3 billion and is now costing $200 billion. But aside from all of that, it's so comical to hear these people act like victims after everything they're describing has already been done to Donald Trump. There's an entire industry on the conservative side of the aisle, on the right side of the aisle, that is built just as a defense mechanism for Donald Trump. That's not what we do here. I don't feel the need to defend Donald Trump every single turn. He can do it himself. He's very good at it. All that being said, how can you possibly say that you are a victim of overreaching persecution legally when you're talking about this guy who not only has been dragged over the coals for every little thing he's ever done throughout his entire life, including like mispricing real estate they tried to throw him in prison over. All of that going back, every single thing he's ever done has been raked over the coals. Not to mention the man's been shot at a bunch of times. And we're talking about the persecution of Gavin Newsom. It's just insulting to our intelligence.
Well, also, right. And on top of it, why wouldn't you be scrutinized by other politicians when you're running for president of the United States?
Yeah.
This should be just some easy cakewalk for him. Just because it was easy for him to become the governor because, basically, California is just idling forward somehow. Mm-hmm. And he was able to kind of sneak in there and he's able to do it. Why wouldn't you be scrutinized? Why wouldn't people look over your expenses? Especially when you're responsible for taking, what was it, like $1.3 billion for homelessness? You can't prove where any of the money is. There's all kinds of things that he's done that don't add up. And just not even that they don't add up, you just can't even show where the money is or how it was allocated. So why wouldn't that be researched when you're trying to run the entire country?
I want to bring up some of these numbers that relate to his personal finances here in a second, Dave. But let me give you a little bit more of Gavin Newsom whining to the world.
Yes. His personal attorney now runs the Department of Justice, which has repeatedly gone after his political enemies.
Exact same
Ask
thing.
Jerome Powell. Sent them after James Comey, Trish James, Adam Schiff. He sent them after Tim Walz. And a woman that a jury found Donald Trump had sexually abused.
Oh, that was
one
incredible.
by one. Anyone who has challenged Donald Trump has ended up on his hit list. And today, I proudly join that list.
Oh, this tough guy nonsense. I hate it. It's like these are the most like pathetic beta males in the universe, and they're always out there trying to be tough guys when talking about Donald Trump from a distance.
Well, of course, he never goes toe to toe with him. He always says that he will, but he never does. And I would love to see him actually get in the ring, say something, try to explain himself for any of his actions to a point that makes any sort of logical sense. But realistically, he can't. There's no way that he can.
No, it's true. He's got no arguments. And if you want to hear what his arguments are, we have more of them. They're pretty pathetic.
I'd love to hear them.
Yeah. Let me give you this. This is. And by the way, his defense of his family here is so heartfelt that he's just a family man, Dave. He just cares about families and his relationship with his wife. This is very, very important to him. Here is Gavin Newsom again.
After calling for my arrest last year, Donald Trump directed his Department of Justice to investigate me. And just in the last week, I've learned that his campaign has reached my own home to get me. He's coming after my wife, Jen, a public servant, a woman who's dedicated her life to supporting women and girls, someone who has done nothing wrong other than having the temerity to advocate for what she believes in. If they can't intimidate me, they'll go after the mother of our children.
Oh, it's so hard. First of all, you will notice this as Newsom starts running for president, which obviously he's doing. His hand gestures are wildly out of control. We could do a whole show, Dave, watching this guy speak in normal circumstances, explaining things just wildly with his hands. It looks to me, again, maybe it's the Patrick Bateman influence, but it looks to me like he's just snorted 3 lines before going in front of the camera at any time. His brain, it seems like his hands are fidgety, and it looks like he's on something. You, as an expert, might know the exact substance, Dave.
Well, he's definitely moving around an awful lot. If anything, if it's not a substance, it's admission of guilt. He's also been under investigation since about 2022, since Biden was in office. And I want to say there shouldn't be so much evidence of fraud, considering the state's always on fire. You assume there would be less.
Yeah. That's true. If you're going to light a fire, put all your documents there first and kill two birds with one stone. That's great advice, Dave, as
He's
usual.
not even good at that part.
You missed your boat with you should have been doing political consulting, Dave. That's great advice.
It's one and the same, really, especially with this guy.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think he's definitely on something, but I don't know what it is. It could just be his own satanic ego, but there could be a little bit of blow on top of it.
Yeah, I go with ego, a little dab of cocaine, and definitely a very strange mixture of Chinese peptides. I don't know which ones he's using, but there's something he bought from some unlicensed factory in Wuhan that he's been injecting into himself, and it's got some weird effects. I will say
I'm
that.
sure it was in Wuhan until he let them open freely in Chinatown.
Yes, yeah, that's right. Can I just point out, too, the idea that Jen, his wife, who is among the most, it's like every bad Twitter account on the left, Blue Sky account on the left come to life with this woman. She's completely nuts. She's derailed his campaign multiple times because she just says the craziest thing imaginable on the left. And he describes her as a woman who's dedicated her life to supporting women and girls when she most famously is out there constantly arguing for men and boys to play in their sports, to undress themselves in front of women and girls in locker rooms. It is just a bizarre, of all things to say about her, as if he cares about her in any way. It is just a fascinating thing to go to.
If you break down the statistics, it really only, I think, close to 100% of the people that are men using the girls' bathrooms are sex predators. So if you take that statistic away, they're fine and great for girls.
Yeah, I mean, we're seeing, it was a recent case where now a girl, I think she was high school, a wrestler, is now suing for sexual assault. One of these strange people who've decided they've magically changed genders and assaulted her in the ring. You could see it happen. You could see her face light up as like, what the heck just happened to me? Terrible, terrible story. Her own parents are filming this incident. This sort of stuff has happened over and over and over and over again. And Jen Newsom has been, queen of cheering this stuff on. And we're supposed to take her as an ally for women and girls. I want to put this...
Well, and to quote Bridget Fetisi, who we brought up early, it really is patriarchy so crafty.
Yeah.
Women started getting ahead and started becoming lady bosses, and we're like, well, how do we beat them? We're like, well, I guess we just have to become women.
Yeah, we're amazing.
Now you're basically, the best thing you can do to support a woman is to support the man who is pretending to be one.
God, I mean, it really is brilliant. It's on the level of like, you know what? If you guys really want to take it to the man, you need to do a topless protest. That's what you need to do. That'll really show the patriarchy. It's one of
burn that bra and never wear it here again. Burn that shirt too. Get it off. Gross.
We have a little bit more here from Gavin Newsom. Again, this is the tough guy act that just makes me want to puke in so many different ways. Here's Gavin.
Donald Trump picked the wrong target. We have nothing to hide. His political operatives can take every record and read every page, but they'll be looking in the wrong place. Because if they really want to find corruption, look no further than 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue.
Did you see that, Dave? He's saying that's where Donald Trump lives.
That's his address.
Oh my gosh, incredible.
Man. You tell him, Gavin. What if we do look into it, though?
Yeah.
What if we do?
Yeah, what if we do anyway?
Break down your money. What are we going to find?
One more thing here from this Gavin Newsom horror show, which, again, I don't see how any of this is... It just feels so fake to me. He's so stilted in his performance, and it's so... it's like the same thing that people didn't like about Mitt Romney in a way. Like, it's that same type of thing. It feels way too, intentionally slick and practiced. None of it seems real. Even when he says stuff like, and my wife, it's like you feel like he actually rehearses the throat clear in the middle of these things. It's so bad. Here he is talking about his family.
Romney, you feel the same thing where Romney was alone, and the second you caught him, all of a sudden... on a hot mic just saying, like, poor people are disgusting. There aren't any in here, right? None of them touched my food. I'm being served by wealthy people. Like, you do feel that's like Gavin is only surrounded by the elite all the time.
Oh, yes.
I feel like he puts on gloves if he's ever going to shake like a commoner's hand.
Very true. Here he is talking about his family.
And today, my family and I can personally confirm that justice is for sale.
Oh, no.
To Donald Trump, who I know is watching because he watches everything.
There it
I have
is
a message
again.
for you. You can subpoena my records. You can investigate me. You can harass me. Put my name on every and any enemies list you have, but leave my wife and family out of your
tough.
personal vendetta.
Oh, he cares about his family.
I'd like to say something to my wife.
Good man.
These times are not normal. They're not
You could just say this to her. You live with her. You could just say this to her in private.
And I'm sorry he's doing this. You have not earned a single one of the indignities that he's trying to inflict on you and our children.
It's so... Just so you know, Gavin Newsom came into our lives. He is famous for having an affair with his best friend's wife. That's the kind of family guy this guy is. And we're supposed to believe, having an affair is one thing. Having an affair with your best friend's wife, the guy who had dedicated his life to getting you elected and advancing your career as he worked with him on his campaign. He blew up that family. He blew up his own family. He's blown up several families. Now we're supposed to believe he really, really cares because he said, I love you, to a microphone, to a woman that he lives with and supposedly sleeps next to every night.
Well, that's why he wants Trump to leave them alone. He's concerned of what they might say about him.
Yes.
He's like, I need you to not talk to them. They have some real hard opinions about what an asshole I am. So if you could avoid speaking to them, it would really benefit me greatly.
Really
also, hand stuff. Trump people seem to like that.
Yeah.
Hand stuff.
Lots of hand stuff in more ways than one, as we've learned over the years. Let me give you a quick few of the people who are siding with Gavin Newsom. What a crew. Tim Walz, the Justice Department is not a tool for the president to investigate his political opponents. Welcome to the BS Investigations Club, Gavin Newsom. You're a good company. Walz is a moron, and honestly, you said Gavin Newsom was your least favorite politician. I have to say, I think Walz is lower on my list than even Newsom. That's how much I can't stand Walz.
He might be. He's the guy who shot rubber bullets at people trying to get out of their homes during COVID. And I guess there was another tweet where Tim Walz said, I am behind you. And Gavin said, ooh, gay.
Very possible. Not doubted.
I don't know. I don't know for sure.
Not unconfirmed.
Just some information I'm getting.
Here is Simone Sanders, whoever that person particularly might be, on MS Now.
Is it not it's political because the president put Gavin Newsom on his little list. Did he not? Like, am I crazy?
Yeah.
Wait, does she grant wishes? Is that? We watch. I'm sorry. I thought we were watching Kazam.
Yeah, no, I don't know. We'd have to ask her. She's definitely not crazy, though. With that delivery, who would possibly think that she could be out of her gourd? I don't know. Who could it be?
No, that's the best thing to do is if you want to get your point across, hold people hostage with your lunacy.
Yes. It's a great policy. It works for so many people. Let me just hit a couple of one more thing here before we take a break here, Dave. Jennifer Van Laar, she's an investigative journalist, managing editor of Red State. Really like her work, and she's been all over this Gavin Newsom thing for a while. Let me break down some of these personal finances. You tell me. I mean, you've gone through some financial stuff, ups and downs.
Sure.
You're managing a household. You know bills come in. You got to get those things paid. There's a lot going on in everybody's life when it comes to this stuff. Can you manage this sort of economy personally? Jennifer Van Laar tweets this. Maybe they're investigating you because your finances don't add up, or because your wife's LLC received the deed to a $9.1 million home a week before the LLC was even created. That's weird. And when you still had your Fair Oaks home. How is that LLC capitalized? She goes on to the math of the personal finances of this particular income. He makes $1.4 million. pays $450,000, we assume, in federal and state taxes. $200,000 paid to domestic workers. $150,000 in private school tuition. That's a lot. Those are pretty expensive schools. It's weird.
Is that even possible? I don't know if that's possible.
I do think it's possible with Gavin Newsom. You mentioned being surrounded by elitists, right? Also, I also wanted to mention to Gavin Newsom that there's a public school system in California that you claim to be so proud of. Why aren't your kids at it? Why aren't they attending those schools? It's so weird how that happens.
Not only that, you're willing to pay a nice, healthy six figures to be nowhere near it for each of your children. It's a screaming endorsement.
$200,000 in property taxes, $20,000 at least in utilities. Okay, we're at $1 million. Add $120,000 a year in mortgage payments for the Sacramento house, and a $506,000 a year in mortgage payments for his new house, which his in-laws had to guarantee. That's not including food, clothes, entertainment, sports for 4 kids. Their financial disclosures don't show any large sales of assets, and Gavin can't sell assets out of his blind trust anyway, which is where the bulk of his assets are. If the trustee sells assets, the proceeds have to remain in the trust while he's in office. Kind of interesting. I don't know how that adds up. I wish I had finances that worked out so mysteriously well than Gavin Newsom does.
This doesn't include high-end business cards, lunches, raincoats, axes. There's a lot of things there that are not being accounted for that we know that he's a big fan of. Tanning, all sorts of things.
Yeah, that's very, very true. One last clip for you here to see how Gavin Newsom and his good buddy Karen Bass had a reaction at the World Cup. How did that go for them? Not great.
I love that his son hates him.
Oh.
His kid is just in the middle like, I hate you.
Oh, he's completely miserable. All right, we got to take a break. We've gone way too long here. I want to show you, by the way, a video, a sort of supposedly behind-the-scenes exposed video of someone who has fought for actual girls' and women's rights, Riley Gaines. We'll show this to you. This made a big deal on the internet. Should it have? We'll show it to you next. Now, most people don't have the wonderful finances of a Gavin Newsom. They have to protect what they have, and people understand they need to protect the things that they own every single day. Maybe you have passwords on every device that you use. Maybe you have your home locked down with an alarm system. Of course, deadbolts and all the things. But you don't think about protecting the title to that home very often. Criminals don't need to break a window or kick down a door to target it. They can use stolen personal information to try to transfer ownership, take out loans against your property, and create a mess that takes months to unravel. That's why I want you to know about Home Title Lock. They've been great partners of ours over the years, and they monitor your home's title, and they can alert you to certain changes that can signal fraud. Because your home is, I'm sure, your biggest asset, and protecting it should be as important as protecting everything inside of it. Use the promo code Stu and Dave at HomeTitleLock.com. Stu and Dave at HomeTitleLock.com. You will get a free title history report and a free trial of their $1 million triple lock protection, 24/7 monitoring of your title records, urgent alerts to any changes, and if fraud does occur, their U.S.-based restoration system that they have going on will spend up to $1 million to fix it. It's HomeTitleLock.com. HomeTitleLock.com. The code is Stu and Dave. You can visit the link below, but it's HomeTitleLock.com. The code is Stu and Dave. Riley Gaines, who has been outspoken about her beliefs on whether people can transition gender with a series of magic words and win gold medals in girls' sporting events. That's really bad, apparently, now. So she has to be criticized all the time. And she's been the victim of what is a borderline libelous attack, frankly, on her. Listen to this spin. MSN writes, MAGA influencer ridiculed for needing to be told what she believes. The reportedly leaked video shows Gaines asking her sponsors from the MAGA-friendly Patriot Mobile what the pillars are of her beliefs, and counting on her fingers as she says First Amendment, Second Amendment. Let me show you the video here, Dave. I don't know if you've seen this, but this is a heavily edited video of Riley Gaines speaking in front of a banner for Patriot Mobile, a company, by the way, we really like and respect and have partnered with in the past as well, talking about their product and in some sort of what seems like a promotional shoot for Patriot Mobile. Watch.
Okay.
Wait, tell me the pillars again. So it's pro-life.
So, First Amendment, Second Amendment, sanctity of life, and veteran and first responders.
Okay.
And Christian
First, second.
conservatives.
Yep. Cool. The First Amendment, the Second Amendment, the sanctity of life, our veterans, I feel very passionately about. Do you guys, if you're going to talk about, I mean, you hate to even call them political issues, but do you specifically say like the left or the right, or is that something you try to kind of refrain from?
I think in our marketing,
Like if I were to say something to the effect of like the left is still doubling down.
yeah, you can say. Okay, I've heard you introduce from the beginning, so.
Okay. First, that's what I needed to figure out really quick, is when I first. I mean, definitely over a year though. I would say, can I just say that like around 2 years ago?
Yeah.
Wait, tell me the pillars again. So it's pro-life.
So, First Amendment, Second Amendment, sanctity of life, and veteran and first responders.
Okay.
And Christian
First, second.
conservatives.
Yep. Hello, my name is Riley Gaines, and I'm a very, very proud Patriot Mobile user, and I have been for about 2 years now.
Okay. Now, if you happen to be a person who is not in the industry and you are, let's say, a hardcore left-winger who hates Riley Gaines already, and someone feeds you that nonsense, maybe I could understand you taking it in the way that MSNBC is trying to persuade you to take it. However, for anyone who's actually, and all these media people who are criticizing Riley Gaines over this have all done something similar at some point or been in this moment before, right? Where she's doing.
Have to check. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt, but you have to check the boxes of what you're doing, and you have to make sure you're saying what the sponsor wants.
Right. It is an endorsement. She's in the middle of an endorsement. She claims, we have the video, we probably won't have time to play. She says she hasn't been paid for it. She's just doing this because she likes the product and partnering with them at some point. Patriot Mobile is a sponsor. They describe not her pillars of what she believes, it's their pillars of their company. The way the company operates, and this has been their selling point since they launched, is when you subscribe to Patriot Mobile, they donate a portion of your bill to charities that fall underneath those four pillars. It's been ever since we've worked with them. The same things: First Amendment, Second Amendment, pro-life, and veterans causes, I believe, are the four. So what she's trying to do, Dave, quite clearly to anyone who's ever done this before, or just wants to look at it honestly, is she's trying to make sure she's focusing on the points that the advertiser wants to focus on. She's not saying, what are my pillars as a human being? She's saying, what are the things you want me to hit so that people understand what your company stands for? What are the pillars your company believes in? It is crucial and central to the marketing messages of Patriot Mobile to hit on those things because they want you to know. Unlike a lot of these other companies on the left who are hiding where they're donating their money, they're being out front with it and they want you to know. The fact that this is even a controversy is complete nonsense, and the people who edited this video and are attacking her are on the borderline of libeling her, I believe.
Well, of course, but I mean, the people doing it too, like, it's very easy to criticize how she does an ad, it can ad read, when you don't understand how they work. You'll never create anything successful enough to have one, or you just flat out won't ever create anything ever, period. So you're just insulting someone on a platform owned by a trillionaire that you hate. That's all. It's all it comes down to. You've never been able to create something like this. So it's the same thing that you have to deal with in all of this, where you just have somebody going after somebody over something they don't understand. It's just, tell me that you don't work in media without telling me you don't work in media. I've had to get stuff from sponsors saying, hey, could you maybe not talk about Bill Cosby sexually assaulting someone on our sheets? And sure, I framed it. but I probably should have asked those questions before I jokingly brought it up coming out of a story about Bill Cosby, then directly went into the sponsor. You live and you learn. But it's like she's trying to do that to avoid getting the letters that I know I've gotten, which is why Stu does most of the ad reads. And it's good that he does.
It's just amazing, Dave, because I mean, at one point she says, "Hey, like, you know, how can I say this? Like, you know, do you want me to say, this is what is it? The left is doubling down." That's not saying. Am I supposed to think the left is doubling down? Riley Gaines says that all the time in her normal commentary. What she's trying to do is protect the company, because if they are like sensitive to, some companies are, they don't want to, look, we don't want to be political on this. You want to be able to frame things. You don't change your views for an advertiser. We'll never do that. But like, if they have something that they want to focus on, it's their time. Right? The reason why this show exists, the reason why you get to watch it every day is because our awesome sponsors come on here and say, hey, we're comfortable with you guys making as many insane Dave jokes as possible that would normally make every company run for the hills. We're cool enough to partner with you guys. And in addition to that, hey, tell people about our product. Hey, this is the thing that we think might benefit you. We hope you like it. And we're okay being associated with the nonsense you're about to watch. That is the relationship you have with a sponsor.
Well, and Riley Gaines, the reason you know who she is because she stood up to the fact of, hey, those ladies over there, you see they're duct taping their penises into their tucket bathing suit, and they're beating all us girls at swimming.
Right.
That's
exactly.
why you know who she is. What do you think her values stand at? That's what she stood up for. Who do you think's been attacking her all these years?
Yes.
Of course she's going to side with the right. Those are the people that have had her back through this entire ordeal that she's had for the last, 5 years, I think she's been in the zeitgeist?
Right. And this is, I'll stop going on this, but it's just really annoying to me because it's such a, look, anyone can make a video like that out of leaked footage and make it look bad. Anyone with any knowledge in the industry, and this is why I'm particularly critical of the media members who've gone after it. The average people maybe not understand how a normal shoot might go. But at the end, just to make this final point, and then we got to take a break. If she was trying to come up with her own principles, her own pillars, quite clearly she'd mention men being in women's sports. It's the thing she's known about most. She wouldn't forget that. She wouldn't need to ask about that. She's talked about it constantly. That's not a pillar. I'm sure they're consistent with Riley on this, but that's not a pillar of Patriot Mobile in their advertising. So that's why she's asking about their pillars in their copy. It's so freaking stupid. We got to take a break though. Dave, we'll come back on the other side. I want to talk about another product here and the pillars of Ben & Jerry's ice cream. We'll do that next.
Ooh.
Well, Ben & Jerry's says the brand of Ben & Jerry's is being destroyed by Magnum. Not PI, not the condom brand, but the ice cream brand, apparently. He is...
I thought you meant condoms, because Ben & Jerry's seem like a kind of guys who would like to be destroyed by a Magnum. Thank you.
By the way, DaveLandau.com. See him all over the country. It's true. That has a little bit of a feel of this. Now, they're very... Ben Cohen, he started the brand back in 1978. He's been in a fight with Magnum Ice Cream Company over Ben & Jerry's right to speak out on social issues, which, again... it has been sort of core to their messaging, but is also really annoying. And Ben & Jerry's is such a a big brand now that lots of people eat it. It's not just weirdos from Vermont anymore. So the company's like, hey, we paid you for this product, for this company, and we want to try and make money off of it. And we think pissing off 50% of the country is not a great path to that. It's not. It seems pretty sensible to me, Dave.
Well, why does ice cream have to have values? That's what I don't understand. It's just ice cream. It's just you get diabetes from it. There's no reason why you can't just get ice cream without having to say a name that sounds fruity or have to make some kind of stand where you're like, give me 2 scoops of the Caramello Anthony. There's just absolutely no reason for that to exist. Everything doesn't have to be a movement. It's not like, oh, I'll take some of the I didn't do muffin. Like, I just think, look, some people just want to order ice cream that doesn't make you feel like a fruit. I'm just gonna say it that way. Like, I just want to enjoy some I used to like Ben and Jerry's, but the problem is it's just become annoying. Everything that they have has to be some kind of gigantic message, and it's stupid. And if you're gonna take over and partner with the company, you can say, look, just come up with fun, ridiculous puns that don't have to have like BLM jammed into the middle of it, or like a gay rights flag or a trans flag all over it. That's all they're saying. Like, I just don't want to piss off everyone. You also don't have to have Magnum. I'm just saying, it doesn't have to be like right-wing crazy either. It's just ice cream. You eat it, and if you have too much, your doctor saws your foot off.
Yeah, that's the game we play. We've all entered into this knowingly. I don't want to hear your dumb opinions. I just want to get a critical, kind of chronic illness. That's all I'm looking for here. That's it. I will say this, and this just I don't know what this says about my ethics, Dave, or my I don't know, myself personally, but all I can think about now is, Carmelo Anthony was a murderer, and he should be in prison for as long as I'm alive, and maybe as long as he's alive. But if they released Carmelo Anthony ice cream, I would buy it and I would enjoy it.
Well, I think anybody would try
delicious.
it. It sounds very good. There could be marshmallow in it, and it's got caramel.
I mean, again, you've missed your calling. Political consultant, ice cream designer. Those are the two things you need to get into here, Dave.
And both. Why not both? Because that's what Ben & Jerry's is all about, polarizing half of the country with a delicious treat.
There you go. The one thing that brings us all together, ice cream on a hot day. Let's screw that up too, America. Makes a lot of sense. All right, got to take a break. Back in a second. Father's Day is coming up. It's always a challenge because at a certain point, your dad has received everything. They don't need another novelty coffee mug. They don't need another tie. They don't need another gadget that's going to live in the garage next to all the other gadgets that he forgot he owned. What he will appreciate, on the other hand, is something useful, and that's why UnderTac is a great Father's Day gift. You love UnderTac, right, Dave?
I love UnderTac. It's one of my favorite sponsors ever. I'm wearing it right now.
Ooh.
It is the best. I'm telling you, if your dad gets sweaty in the summer down there, it's going to whisk it right away. Wick it away, not whisk it. I don't even know what that means, but it wicks it away. It keeps you cool. It keeps you dry. It's honestly the best underwear on the market. I couldn't endorse it harder, and I'm not even joking.
I'm just still thinking about you wearing it right now. I mean, that was a bit of enticing information, I think, for the audience.
I am wearing. I've shown it on shows that I'm wearing it.
Yeah, no, it is great. I have some as well, and I'm a huge fan of UnderTac. They have great Father's Day gifts for you. It's not the type of stuff that your dad kind of like, oh, thanks, and then never uses again. It's something they're going to use on a daily basis. They also have socks and hoodies and joggers and T-shirts and even a women's line. Go to UnderTac.com, UnderTac.com, UnderTac.com. Use the code Stu and Dave 20 for 20% off. UnderTac.com. The code is Stu and Dave 20. This Father's Day, give your dad a gift he'll actually use, and one that Dave Landau is using right now. Think about it, America. Get into it. Yeah, the code is Stu and Dave 20. UnderTac.com. Great stuff. You'll love it. UnderTac.com. Stu and Dave 20. Okay, primary election night tonight. I've got live streaming of election results, so you're going to want to check that out. It's going to be on the BlazeTV YouTube channel starting this evening, and then we'll be over on the Predictable Show YouTube channel and over at predictableshow.com all throughout the night for all the results that you could possibly want. So check that out and go see Dave Landau around the country. Tickets available, davelandau.com. See you tomorrow.